All of us have come across critical time in our life one or the other time or many times. Under the circumstances we were under pressure to take major decision that may have its impact on our future. We don't know whether the decision taken by us is right or wrong, nevertheless we took it. If the decision was right, the future will be good and we will be happy. If wrong, it further complicates the problems. It so happens that we take hasty decision without thinking much, without giving any thought, without considering the pros and cons of the decision we are about to implement. Hence, taking right decision is very important in our life. I remember an old story read long back. There was a kingdom ruled by a king who was known as quick decision maker. In that kingdom there lived a hermit. People from all parts of kingdom used to come to him, because the hermit always gave wise and proper solution to their problems. However complicated the problem, he always heard them attentively. Before giving his advice he used to close his eyes and sit silently for some time. The hermit always thought over the situation and then give his proper solution to the problem. His answers were always right and people happily went home from there. People thought the hermit must have some spiritual power within him or he must have some magical power. He must be consulting them when he closes his eyes and get the right solution from them. Once a youth asked the hermit, "Master, do you have any spiritual power with you or any magical power through which you always give proper solutions to everyone?" Hearing this, hermit laughed but didn't answer his question. Meanwhile, a weird thing happened in the kingdom. There was an old woman living alone. She used to work hard in the field and make her living. Once 4 friends, namely Sam, Jacob, Charlie and Brandon, were passing by. They worked hard in another town for a year and saved money. Now they were returning to their hometown. All the way they were walking towards their hometown. It was evening and getting dark. So when they looked around, they saw this old woman's house. It was unsafe to continue the journey through forest at night. There was possibility of thieves stealing the money. Brandon said, "Friends, if we keep our money individually, there is possibility of losing the money. Why not put them all in one bag and keep it with one person? This way all of us can watch our money. Once we reach our hometown safely, we will take our share and part." Sam, Jacob, Charlie immediately accepted the idea. Since they were walking all day, they saw the old woman's house and decided to rest there. They walked up to the house and knocked on the door. The old woman opened the door. Sam, with folded hands, said, "Madam, we 4 are friends. We were on the way to our hometown. It is getting dark and not safe to travel by night. We humbly request to allow us to rest at your place tonight. Tomorrow at the sunrise we will leave and go on our way." The old lady thought for some time and said, "It's okay, come on in. You can spend the night in my house. Now I am cooking food for me. Say, do you people want something? I will prepare." They all had their food and sat talking to each other. Brandon was hatching a plan in his mind. He said to his friends, "Why not keep our money with this old lady? She will keep it safely." Thus agreed, they gave their money to her and said, "Madam, this is our year's earnings. Please keep it safely with you. Remember, unless we 4 friends come together, don't give this money." To this, old woman agreed and took the money bag from them. She said, "Anyway, you are leaving in the morning. I will return it tomorrow safely. I shall not give it unless you 4 friends are together." All 4 felt safe and slept immediately. Next day they got up early, start preparing to leave. Brandon said, "Friends, we had spent one night here and have not given anything to old lady or helped her. Look, let us help her in her agriculture field." The other 3 agreed to this and started working. He has decided to that one way or the other way he is going to have this money all to himself. After some time, Brandon said, "Friends, I am thirsty. I will go and have some water from the old woman." Other 3 said yes and concentrated on their work. Brandon asked the old woman, "Madam, we are leaving now. Please give our money." To this old woman said, "No, I shall give only when you all four are together as we had agreed." Just then he called all three and said, "Can he take?" Thinking he is asking about the water, they said, made a sign and said yes. Old woman thought, these people are leaving now and they have sent this person to collect their money. She give the money bag to him. Brandon took the money and went on his way. Other three busied themselves in the field work. After some time, they came and asked about Brandon and money. Old woman said, "He took the money. As you said yes, I gave it to him." Friends realized that they were cheated and started crying. They said, "It contained entire years' hard work. Now he has taken and ran away. We told you that until and unless we come together not to give this money bag to anyone. It is your fault that you gave it to him." They went to king and complained about the old woman and how they have been cheated out of their money. King heard everything what they have to say and sent for old woman. Old woman told the king was really happened, how she was confused by the Brandon. After some time, king gave the verdict that old woman is guilty. She should not have given the money to Brandon as per the agreement. Hence she must refund the money to these three friends, else she will be punished severally. Hearing king's verdict, old woman cried in the court and said, "Oh, king, I am an old woman and poor. I don't have enough money to pay them, nor I have anyone who will make payment. I am helpless. Please pardon me." But king didn't heed to her. Old woman was walking towards home gloomily. She was thinking how to arrange the money. "If I don't pay, king will punish me. It's my own fault that I came into Brandon's words. As agreed, unless and until all four of them are together, I should not have given the money." Thus, she was crying and walking on her way. Fortunately, the same hermit saw the old woman crying and asked her, "What is the problem? Why are you crying?" Old lady told her story and said it was her fault. She is poor, but the king has ordered to pay the money. "I don't know how to pay that. If I fail to pay, king will definitely punish me." Hermit said, "Don't worry, I will find some solution to your problem." He sat there and closed his eyes and thought for some time. After few minutes, Hermit said, "Look, the verdict given by the king is wrong. It's not your fault that you gave money." Old woman as well as people around her began to think, how is that king's verdict is wrong? He asked old woman to go to king and tell him that the verdict given in her case is wrong. Old lady initially didn't dare but mustered her courage and went to king's court and spoke as the hermit has instructed her. She told the king everything about her conversation with the hermit. Now king became angry and ordered to present the hermit in the court. When hermit came, king asked the hermit how is it that his decision is wrong. Every day he takes so many decisions and none went wrong. If he doesn't satisfy with right answer, he will be punished. The news spread in the city and people came to listen to the hermit, and how is he going to defend his verdict? King said, as per the agreement, the old woman was to return the money only when all four friends were together. But she gave the money to single person. Is not it her fault? Is not she at fault? Their friend has ran away with the money. Since it is her fault, she should refund the money to them. Hermit smiled and said, "I have to say something to you." King said, "Yes, do speak and present your case." Hermit said, "It was earlier decided that the money will be given only when the all four are together. Now there only 3 members are here leaving Brandon. Where is the 4th one? Please ask these people to go and get him so that their money will be paid. If the old woman refunds money as per your verdict, she will be breaking the pact. So please ask these friends to get Brandon here." King sat speechless. He didn't know what to say to Hermit. Everyone in the court clapped happily. Even the king accepted his words. He saluted the hermit with folded hands, said, "Oh, saint, how come your solutions are always right? How did you get this thought? How come I didn't think about it?" Hermit said, "Oh, King, every day you take many decisions and you take them in haste without giving much thought. You do hear them attentively, but you don't think deeply. If you have done so, you could have come to the same conclusion. Unless we understand the case properly, we cannot take right decision. Most of the people take decisions in haste and then regret. They just want their name and fame. Even though the decision about to be taken is going to affect the future, we simply give our verdict. Now the king asked the same question what the youth has asked the hermit. To this hermit smiled and said, "Many people have asked me this question, but I have never have answered to anyone. Now I will tell since you are king. Many people think that I have special powers to whom I consult and come to right conclusion. Honestly, I don't have any supernatural powers. I always listen properly. I think to the core of the case and silently think about it. When I think, I get many alternative solutions. Again, I ponder about those different solutions and then decide about the one which is right for the person. Thus I give right solution to the people who come to me seeking advice." See, your hasty decision would have put her life in trouble. You were supposed to look for the Brandon and get him to this court and punish him. But you didn't. Many time our decision affects the future of many lives. If the decision is right, everything will be all right. If not, then what? So, if you want to take correct decision, you must learn to stay calm. When we are calm inside, we can think properly and right decision. Whether the decision is big or small, it is definitely going to affect our life in the long run, either good or bad. So, it is necessary to be calm and think. Only then we are able to read the pros and cons of our decision. Being calm doesn't mean you shouldn't speak. But one must not speak unnecessarily. When one does, he will be fooling oneself and people won't take them seriously. They avoid him whenever they see him coming. We should not indulge in unnecessary chatting and waste our inner strength. Speak only when it is necessary to speak. By this, you always come to right decision. Listening to the hermit's words, King was very happy. He said, "I learned something from you today. I always thought I was taking right decisions all the time. But I was wrong. I was just listening to the words and not to the core meaning. Hence I will remember your words and work. I will make this known to the public. Let the public get benefit of your wisdom." Dear friends, if you like this story, please give a thumb and subscribe to the channel. Your encouragement will make us to come up with new and different stories.